Have you ever had a dream so big it scared you? A dream that everyone else said was impossible? We'll meet Leo, a young man from a tiny, forgotten town whose only dream was to paint the stars. Not just on a canvas, but to create art that would travel beyond our world. Sounds crazy, right? That's what everyone in his town thought too. Stay grounded, Leo, they'd say. Artists from here don't reach for the stars. Leo's studio wasn't a fancy loft. It was a dusty corner of his grandfather's old barn, filled with sketches of nebulae and galaxies he'd only seen in books. He used leftover house paint and salvaged wood because art supplies were a luxury he couldn't afford. Rejection letters wallpapered his workspace, each one a stinging reminder of how far he had to go. There were nights he'd just stare at the pile of rejections, the words blurring through his tears. He was lonely, he was broke, and the weight of his impossible dream felt like it was crushing him. He almost gave up. More than once, he'd pack away his paints, try to find a real job, and pretend the stars didn't call to him every night. But the pull was too strong. One evening, after another particularly harsh rejection, Leo sat defeated in his barn. Just as he was about to give in to despair, he noticed an old dusty box his grandfather had left him. Inside was a simple hand-carved wooden bird and a note. It read, "A bird doesn't sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Keep singing, son." Those words were a lifeline. They reminded Leo that his art wasn't about seeking approval. It was about expressing the universe he held inside him. He realized that every no wasn't a stop sign. It was a redirection. Every failure was a lesson in color mixing. Every criticism a lesson in composition. He started looking at his journey differently. He began sharing his work online, not expecting fame, but simply to share his song. He started a small blog, writing about his passion for astronomy and art. People started noticing. First a few, then dozens, then hundreds. They weren't art critics, they were people who saw a piece of their own dreams in Leo's cosmic paintings. His small online community became his biggest support system. They encouraged him, shared his work, and even sent him small donations for art supplies. Fueled by this newfound belief, Leo decided to undertake his most ambitious project yet, a massive mural on the side of the old town silo, a painting of the Andromeda galaxy visible for miles. The whole town watched, skeptical at first, but as the galaxy took shape, their skepticism turned to awe. The silo, once a symbol of the town's decline, became a beacon of hope. One day, an email arrived that made his heart stop. It was from a private aerospace company. They had seen his silo mural, followed his blog, and were captivated by his passion. They weren't offering him a gallery show. They were offering him something even better. They invited him to be part of their Art in Orbit initiative, a project to send art into space. A year later, Leo stood at the launch site, watching a rocket roar into the sky. Aboard that rocket was a small, specially designed digital canvas displaying his masterpiece, The Weaver of Stardust. His painting, born from a dusty barn in a forgotten town, was now orbiting the Earth, literally among the stars he had always dreamed of reaching. Leo's story isn't just about becoming a successful artist. It's a powerful reminder that our origins don't define our destination. It's about finding the courage to keep singing your song, even when no one is listening. It's about understanding that failure is just part of the process, and that sometimes, the greatest support comes from the most unexpected places. So, what's your song? What dream is calling to you? Never let anyone, not even yourself, tell you it's impossible. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this moment with me. If Leo's story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of dreamers who dared to rise above. See you in the next one.